If you are just starting or already selling on Etsy and getting ready for Q4, well, you've clicked on the right video, my friend. Seriously, because the truth is most people have big goals, massive goals, like making $50,000 on Etsy in like 4 months. That's Q4, or any number for that matter. But most don't achieve it. And the number one reason why is they don't have a plan or a strategy. I learned years ago from building multiple 6- and 7-figure businesses online that you need to have a target and then you need to plan to hit it. I mean, think about it. If you're playing darts and you don't have a dartboard, it's kind of hard to hit the bullseye. But all jokes aside, in this video, I'm gonna walk you through the exact steps and math in order to hit $50,000 in profit for Q4 selling on Etsy. I'm gonna give you the exact number of products that you need to sell per day and actually how to do it. Now, I'm not saying that magically you're going to hit those numbers because you clicked on this video, but what I am telling you is you're gonna have a much greater chance of hitting your number if you follow a plan and a blueprint, and that's what I'm gonna give you here. So let's get started. First thing we need to do is get into the numbers. We need to get into the math and see exactly what it will take to get there. Basically, we have 4 months to make $50,000, right? Well, I did the math and we need to make $417 profit per day. So if we take $417 per day, times that by 120, that equals $50,040. Now I'm gonna use $15 profit that we would need to make per product, but this can actually be higher than that, which would make it easier. So let's take $417 and divide it by $15 profit, and that equals 27.8 sales per day. So that's what we would need to make per day in sales. I'm gonna show you here in a minute how that becomes easier when you can increase a buyer's order value, but I don't wanna get ahead of myself. One step at a time. Remember that. I'm gonna come back to that later, but one step at a time. All right, let's dig in. So step number 1 is target one niche.
Scott, it's not called niche, it's called niche. Would you please say it right? It's making my ears bleed.
Well, you know, I'm sorry you feel that way. I've always said niche and I hear it said both ways. So I apologize. Not really.
And this is so important because if you want to be able to sell multiple products to the same customer, which will actually increase that order value that I just talked about, I see this mistake a lot with new sellers and where they sell in multiple unrelated niches and they have to find more people to buy that one product. I mean, I think we would agree it's a lot harder to find more customers than to find one and try to sell them more things, right? So me personally, I would rather find one customer that I can sell 3 to 5 products to and increase my order size from, let's say, $20 to $100. You see how much easier it will be to hit my $50,000 number that we talked about earlier? Plus, another huge benefit here is selling to the same customer is also going to allow you to sell them new products in the future. Really, really big takeaway there. Write that one down. Now, you can add sub niches to reach a wider audience. Like, let's say sports and outdoors would be the main niche. And then we could add fishing, hunting, camping. You get the idea. And that can work very, very well. So if you're not doing that, I would spend some time right now doing that niche research. And I would use a tool like Everbee to help see if the niche or sub niches have good demand. That's really, really important. Now, if you're not yet using a tool like Everbee, I'll drop a link in the description down below and I'll put it up here on the screen so you can go ahead and try it for free. And yes, if you go through my link, you will buy me a cup of coffee because I do endorse them and I am an affiliate for them, but it's just because I use the tool and I love the tool. But basically, we want to find products that people are actually searching for and buying products in that niche. This is a big mistake that I see a lot of people making, so I don't want you to make that mistake. Do this before moving on to step 2. And you might just want to bookmark this video and come back to it for future reference and do it step by step. Really important. All right, step number 2 is product research. This is where you want to start doing research for the upcoming holidays in Q4, starting with the most recent one. So let's say that we're heading into Halloween, then we're going to do research for fall, then we're going to do research for Thanksgiving, and then we're going to do research for Christmas in that order. Now, one little bonus tip here that my wife and I learned after last year's Q4 is personalized items, products do very well. And it also minimizes the competition because why? Well, people don't want to do the personalization because it's more work. But there's actually a new tool out called Hello Custom, and it allows you to automate the personalization. We are actually going to be using this for all of our personalized items this Q4, and it's going to cut down our time in processing orders by like 75% or more. So find good product types and move on to the next step. And once again, if you're curious about this tool, I'll go ahead and link that one up in the description too. So this way here, you can go ahead and try it. They do have a free plan, but it does cost per transaction. So definitely check that out if you're going to be doing personalization. So in this step, we're really just spending time finding good product types with good demand, and then we're going to move on. And we're going to move on to step number 3, which is creating designs that can be applied to a variety of different products. The products that you sell are very important, yes, but the design that is put on that product is really important. That's what's really going to sell it. And think about this. If you are a photographer, you can have paper that you print the image on, but it's really not valuable until you put an image on the paper. It's very similar to that. We want to find good products, but we want to find then good designs to go on the products. And if you add personalization to that, well, it's just going to make it even more unique. Now, I'm not a designer. My wife's not a designer by trade, but there are a lot of great resources out there that help us create your own designs. And one of those is Canva. We use that every single day. Now, there is a site out there called Creative Fabrica, and I don't know if that's how you pronounce it 100%, but it's close enough. That's the one that my wife absolutely loves and uses a ton of their design elements. So using Canva and Creative Fabrica is all my wife uses for her designs. Creative Fabrica does offer some free downloads, but their prices are super reasonable too. I'm going to also drop the link in the description, and I'll put it up here on the screen if you want to check them out as well. All right, step number 4. This is what I call product blitzing. And my wife and I have done these, and we call them our 30-day product blitzes. This is where we can create and launch 30 products in 30 days. Now, it seems like it would be hard, right? But it's actually quite simple. Basically, the strategy looks like this. You create one design and you put it on 5 different products. For example, put that same design on a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, pillow, flag, blanket, tumblers, and you can keep on going. Then you repeat that 6 times, and then you have 30 products, and you're able to launch them within 30 days. We do this every time before the holidays to get a bunch of products in our shop before the season even starts. So if we were planning for Halloween, let's say like right now, then we would start adding products in August and September. You always want to try and add products 40 to 60 days before the holiday to get indexed in Etsy. What some people don't realize is you need to give Etsy time to find your listing and then index it so when people search for it, they can find it. So that's why you want to plan ahead. All right, and finally, step 5 is optimize and promote. This is where we make sure our shop and listings are all fully optimized with good titles, images, and descriptions. We also want to make sure that all the internal Etsy marketing emails are set up. Basically, if someone favorites an item of yours in your shop, they would get sent an email later with a coupon to encourage them to buy now. You do have to set this up. Takes you 5 minutes, but once you do, it's automated. The same thing is for an abandoned cart. Let's say someone adds it to their cart and they don't buy. Well, lots of people do that. They add it to their cart and they don't buy, and then they just lose the sale. But what if you could send a coupon to those people and nudge them a little bit and tell them, hey, go ahead and buy now. I'll give you 10% off. Don't forget to do this. This is really, really important because once the traffic starts coming in, that's where you want to capitalize on all of those internal marketing tools. And then once we get the optimization stuff done, we are going to move on to promoting our products, and we are going to do this using Etsy ads. Now, this is going to allow us to show up immediately. Remember how I just said it could take 30 days or more to get indexed by Etsy? Well, if we run Etsy ads, we can be seen day 1. This is going to allow us to get those sales, but it's also going to help us rank faster in Etsy search. Why? Well, I'll tell you why. Because Etsy cares about one thing. Want to know what that is? Sales. And if you get sales, they are going to promote you in their organic search, basically for free. So we want to get sales ASAP, as soon as possible, and also get reviews coming in, which always helps sell more because people trust the product more. So that's the blueprint, guys, and exactly how we are planning to hit our revenue numbers. And I know this can seem overwhelming, but you need to take it one step at a time, like I said earlier, and I would start with researching your niche. So if you need help with that, well, you're in luck because I shot a video right here that walks you through that exact process that I use to find niches, but also to see the demand. So all you need to do is click that like button if you've enjoyed this video and go watch this video, and I'll see you there.